Welcome to Warzone 2.0 DMZ, a hardcore extraction shooter looter, one of many inspired by the well-known game Escape from Tarkov. I don't have a computer powerful enough to run Escape from Tarkov, but this is close to similar when considering my choices. I don't often run with weapons to start, as I'm pretty terrible at this game still, but I have practiced a bit and learned the ways of the game. I've even gathered a few keys, as you can see, mostly from extracting with them as soon as I acquired them. This first match, I was hoping to acquire some weaponry and to complete my mission, which was to infiltrate a stronghold, to eliminate the enemy opponents, and to get out alive. I'd been having much trouble with this from the start, but luckily right now we spawned right next to the train. I recorded some gameplay audio, but it's hard to actually put it into the episode. So, and a lot of it is just me talking to myself and raging sometimes, because I get a little bit mad when weird things happen. So, I have it, but I don't think I'm going to put it in this episode. Ooh, the train. The train was a good early starter area to get to, especially since it allowed you to grab a whole bunch of weaponry and stuff, and usually deliver you to an easy extraction point. I bolted straight for it. I had to get to it. I was on it. Yes! Oh, no. Dang it. I jumped off, making a wrong move, and quickly got lagged behind the train. It was then that I noticed an enemy player was parachuting onto the train. I didn't know that was possible until now. So, I jumped off into the water, not realizing that it actually hurt you. Old COD physics were kind of weird. I bolted for a building, hoping to get loot. And possibly a weapon. A military crate. It didn't have any guns in it. Enemy players! I rushed into the nearby room, hoping to get away from them. But it was too late. They had spotted me. Using my fists, I thought I could beat them. But I was severely outgunned and outnumbered, and ended up dying, losing the match. I surmised my losses and loaded into a new match. Hopefully this time things would turn out better or worse. I traveled a bit and found myself a building with people in it. Punching a man, I killed him and gathered his weapon. Outnumbered and low on health, I panicked and ran around the corner of the building, becoming trapped in a one-way fight. I was running out of plates and space to hide. And then I ended up dying. Death was highly frequent in this game, as you not only had to have some kind of skills to survive a fight, especially being solo like me, but you also had to figure out a way to extract out of the war zone safely, with your loot. I haven't played this game in years, and I had lagged behind in many of my skills and stuff. I actually used to be really good at Warzone before I quit to go play other games like Ark and I went and played Apex for a little while, sadly enough.
Missions. Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
The main thing I was trying to do in this was to complete my main mission. That required gathering weapons, acquiring the money to purchase a stronghold key card, and to quickly kill the enemy opponents. I scanned my map, figuring out the best places to approach from the start. An easy way of acquiring $5,000 to, in fact, get the key card was by doing a data extract mission. I quickly picked up a contract and made my way slowly over to it so that I wouldn't die. I made it to the house safely, and I rushed straight to go get it. I needed to complete the contract without dying, so hopefully I'd be able to get the stronghold key card this time. I didn't notice the trap at the last moment and triggered it anyways. Contract acquired. Now I just needed to go complete it.
Secure that disk and upload all contents. Target areas marked on your TAC map.
A gun! This is exactly what I needed. It was a shotgun, but it would have to do for now.
Ultra One, this is actual. Enemy UAV is active.
I scanned the building and looted it as I went along, searching for things that I could actually pick up. Some objects in the game weren't touchable like that, as it was kind of glitched out. I found the intel and quickly ran to the tower as well. I had to extract, with the money, the key card, and complete the mission. I reached the top and plugged in the intel, uploading it to the network so that it extracted out.
Good signal, Ultra One. Secure the perimeter until the upload is
I laid down and waited for the intel to extract, so I could go and buy my key card.
Ultra One, transfer complete. Good work.
I made my way down the ladder and began rushing straight towards the nearest buy station. It was my key to victory this round, and I got pretty close to it. I sold off my valuables, and then I checked the buy station. The key card was there. I purchased it and looked around for anything else I could buy. Only another shotgun. I was hoping to have enough to buy another weapon, but no matter. I went to the stronghold as quickly as I could. I checked around for any signs of enemies, but there was no one, which was kind of strange. Where were all the enemies at? The stronghold had already been looted. I found guns lying on the ground everywhere. I couldn't complete my mission if I couldn't kill the stronghold enemies. This was a bust, and the keycard would go to waste. Noticing the enemy player bag and that there was an enemy UAV overhead, I ran for the hills, realizing that the enemies were still nearby. My menu broke, and it wouldn't let me exit in time to attempt to kill them. I wouldn't have won the fight anyways, but at least I could have tried. Interesting. I'd spawned right underneath the bridge the train ran over. I could hitch a ride to a nearby exfil and extract with good loot that usually comes on the train. Perfect. Now all I do is get onto the train without being killed or ran over by it. Awesome. I quickly looked through the loot boxes and grabbed any weapons and items I could. I poked around at the map to see for a spot where I could be dropped off and complete the mission. I found a nice building along the way that had a contract that I could complete easy peasy, and a buy station nearby to where I was supposed to finish so that I could get the key card and run straight to the stronghold. But you could probably guess what happens next. The AI in this game apparently can shoot through walls, which is kind of amazing, but that was bad for me. I was slowly growing more and more tired of constantly dying due to not having a weapon or being prepared, so I spawned with my decked out M4, which I had in my slot. If I lost it, I could easily get it back by waiting a certain amount of time or extracting with a large sum of money to take time off of my, counter. I found a 2-plate carrier, which would severely improve my chances of survival. The contract picked, I ran to a car as quickly as I could and got in it and drove off. I also committed some vehicular manslaughter while I was at it. Don't drive like this at home, kids. I'm eating a quesadilla while editing. I got to the contract and accepted it after some difficulty. But I should like to mention that, as the editor of this video as well, I will never make it out of this house. My game will glitch and I will die. I promise you. Just kidding. I actually do make it out of the house and pretty far, but I do die eventually along down the road. I end up grabbing a ride and make my way straight towards where the contract location is at. We're getting very close to where I die. Or really where that guy dies.
radio tower is marked on your attack map.
This is where my
Use it to
game
transfer
ends
the
up
data.
bugging out and wouldn't let me move my cursor no matter what. And an enemy walked in at that exact point. So that's sadly where I died. I ended up doing a lot more matches where I died after that, but this is one of the ones that came really close to actually beating the game. And it was because I found a random stronghold keycard lying on the ground. Yep, I should have threw a grenade, and I also officially hate people who use riot shields. I was starting to grow tired of constantly losing while attempting this mission, so I grabbed one of my keys I had, hoping that they would provide me with some half-decent loot. I loaded into a new match and attempted to figure out where I was supposed to go to use the key. I decided to just go simply find a nice, quiet spot to lay down low while I looked it up online. I didn't want to waste any time attempting to figure out where I was supposed to go or get into trouble and lose the key. So I found a nice, decent car to get in and I started driving off. Found a nice quiet spot in this building to lay down and go look it up, after which I decided to mark it on the map. Apparently it was in that building in F1.
Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
After double-checking to make sure that my map was correct and close to this one, I selected the building and got up and went to it. The building loomed in the distance. It looked ominous, but it was the correct one. So I pulled up and entered as quickly as I could, noticing that the doors were open, signifying that it had already been looted. Hopefully, the apartment wasn't already looted as well. I needed whatever was in there, badly. Quite a few of the rooms were untouched. I was beginning to fear that they went straight to the apartment and took whatever was in there. I ascended the stairs, hoping to reach the top as quickly as I could. The door was unopened. This was good. Using my key, I unlocked it to find loot lying everywhere. Jackpot. This is what I needed. Expensive items, weaponry, and all sorts of things just lied around. Not only would all the money help cut down on the time of which I was waiting for my insured weapon to come back, but I also got a shotgun from it. I stuffed my pockets and went to find an exit point. This window would do nicely. I could parachute from it. I jumped out of the building and made a mad dash for my car. I had to get to the exfil point before time ran out, or somebody noticed that I had raided the apartment. Hopping in the car, I looked up in the distance to see that my exfil point was already being used. The green flare had been dispersed. I would either have to find a different one or wait for the enemy team to dispatch before I used it. The chopper had dispatched. Now it was my turn. All I had to do was make it to the point and hope that nobody attacked me or no AIs were summoned. Noises of war drifted around everywhere, all around me. I could hear it going. I just kept running, as fast as I could. I had to make it. I just had to. So far there was no enemies in the way, and I knew I could get there quite safely if I tried. I jumped in the river and swam for my life. The exfil point was right there. All I had to do was summon the chopper and get out. Things were growing slightly intense for me. I hid in the building and waited for the chopper to arrive. The chopper showed up. I made a mad dash.
Ultra One, Dino 4, we're standing by. Get to the extraction point. This is Dino 4. All ultra secure.
I dived in. I was completely safe now. Nothing could harm me or kill me while I was inside the chopper, as long as no actual enemies showed up. I breathed a sigh of relief as the chopper pulled away. Extracting safely with my loot, I was happy and overjoyed. I had finally done it. I had finally exfilled with good loot. I had done it. I had successfully exfilled and finally had some loot to call my own. If you liked this video and you would like to see more, please tell me about it. Also, go check out some of my other videos I made. This stuff actually takes a while to create and is very hard, so I did pour a lot of my time and spend stuff on this. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, gamers.